Hey everyone, Matt from Soundrolling.com. Just got back from the gym, got to really dash off somewhere. I'm already late for lots of things actually. But tried to cram this video in for you guys because Claudio asked me a question last week and so I've only just now been able to fit it in. It's basically the chicken and egg between you got to have equipment to get jobs or at least be able to leverage your rate, all that kind of thing. Especially on low budget projects, but you also need the jobs to then get the kit. So what kind of core stuff would I start off with? Well, back in the day I started with the Edirol R44 because it was 4 individual inputs. Didn't do time code, but it recorded them all separately. So I guess I'd recommend some sort of recorder. You could get a mixer as well, like a 302 maybe. Sound Devices 302, or there's a couple of Tascams, or there's lots of different stuff now available in the market, which is really good because it makes it more affordable and gives you more options. Zoom F8 is now a very popular kind of big, what I would call big because I guess there's 8 inputs on it. And it records and it does time code, so that'll last you a while. Because the other thing you want to consider when you're kind of going for these things is what's going to last you the longest. So you don't have to you want to try and cut down, or I would recommend anyway, kind of chopping out all the middle, essentially, so you don't have to keep upgrading because then your gear loses value more and then all this kind of stuff. So, because things are slowly approaching the rate where people are releasing more and more and more, and there's lots of different companies doing it as well. Really good for the industry, but for you want to kind of pace yourself, I guess. So, yeah, so the Edirol R44, which is what I had, 4 different inputs. It was nice to have a recorder just so I could be separate from camera, although you could do a mixer and then plug into camera all the time, but more and more people are kind of expecting, which is kind of, you've got to help your clients out, kind of separate files instead of just a mix track. And especially if you're starting out and you don't have that much experience mixing, it's probably going to help you out as well. So then I would go for a boom pole, a shock mount, a blimp, a dead cat, and something like an NTG3, a Sennheiser 416, NTG2 maybe. That's kind of, or maybe even some of the second-hand newer Sennheiser stuff like the 8000 series, if you can swing it, because they're just, yeah, the more you spend the better they are. And microphones are kind of like lenses in equivalent. They kind of last a lot longer, less likely to break, and sound better and better, usually the more you spend on them. So I would definitely get that, set you up that way. So if you've got, say, a Zoom F8, and then you've got like an NTG2 wind, like blimp, shock mount, you're probably approaching the £2,000 mark maybe, with like cables and Recordist stickies and stuff like that. Well, you wouldn't need stickies because you wouldn't have radio mics, but you kind of get the idea. So it's already starting to mount up, but relatively that's pretty good setup because then, oh, and then if you buy some headphones as well, I've still got my HD 25s, although lots of talk about the HD 26 Pros recently, hearing lots of good things. So that would kind of be what I would spend the most money on the first time. If people want radio mics, you can hire them in because they're going to be about, if you go Richmond Film Services, probably about £20 a day per one. And then I would look to expand kind of like I did to go to the G3s. G3s are kind of affordable, good quality, and as a unit they're really good. Now the microphone, again, the microphone that comes with them, not ideal, very bulky, kind of harder to hide. So then what I would do after that is what I did essentially, which is upgrade them to the Sanken COS 11, or even a Tram would do. Some of those are still knocking around. Although Sanken COS 11, anything from DPA, anything from Sanken to be honest, yeah, they're probably going to be your best bet. So, hope that helped. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, more people can find it. And yeah, subscribe, leave comments below about what you want to see next. I've been Matt Price. See you later.